Hey man, listen. You gotta keep your aguas on deck at all times. You know what I'm saying? Hydration is the most important piece in life. You understand? So drink your aguas, drink your waters, whatever you want to call it. No brand is being shown because niggas don't got time for that. And until they sponsor me, you will see what's in the bottle. But I say that to say you're welcome and good day. This is episode 55, and this is for the love. Of course, this is your boy Los in the building. I want to thank y'all for actually listening to the God, you know what I'm saying? And every episode, just to peep on what the fuck I gotta say this week. You know, it's been a very long time, so I want to say I apologize, forgive me, but we here as always. And of course, being that it's been a good gap of time that's been passed since y'all seen the last episode, and of course, if you haven't, check it out on all DSPs. Of course, that's officially YouTube now. You got Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple, of course. And, you know, just check out the previous content for the love, man. You know, support, and also check the 757 sounds that we got on the DSPs outside of the YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, all that being said, again, it's a lot of shit to go over. Apparently, motherfuckers is holding guns, you know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers that's just thinking they thugged out and they not, and, you know, that shit is crazy. You know, you got the whole content binge, like, it's, you know, if you're watching TV and you in the movies, then it's a great time right now. Like, I feel like this year is like one of those immaculate years as far as content with movies and TV shows, and we definitely go get into that and keeping it in the content bag, because of course we got other, you know, culture related shit, you know, sports, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. But starting first, just to get it out the way, because it's very popular right now. It's like the trending piece, and that's in regards to the great brother Chris Rock in his latest Netflix special called Selective Outrage. And again, for the people who didn't watch it, is on Netflix for you to check it out. And personally speaking, you know what I'm saying, because I want to make this known before I do give my piece on it, is very subjective, as most things are. So however you feel is how you feel. There's no right or wrong thing to it. If you think it was corny, cool. If you think it was funny as hell or one of the funniest things you watch, cool. Because it could be the case for you. For me, moi, that shit was trash. You know what I'm saying? It was like terrible. To me, it was not funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a conversation earlier, and one of my homeboys was asking, like, was the special supposed to be funny? And I responded, like, what comedy special you know isn't supposed to be funny? Like, you know, except for the recent one with Dave Chappelle when he did the 8 minutes and 43 seconds. And forgive me because my time may be wrong, but that was in reference to the George Floyd situation and how Dave dedicated that to speak on that moment. So I'm saying all of that to say, for example, that special wasn't really nothing to laugh about. It was for you to sit and listen and hear his perspective. This shit with the Chris Rock thing, one, the whole special wasn't about the whole Will Smith situation. So that's why ultimately the whole shit wasn't, that wasn't the reason why it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny because it wasn't funny. Like, it's just that simple. Like, the great Earl Sweatshirt said, I keep it simple and dynamic. If it's trash, then it's trash. You know what I'm saying? So getting into the material, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely more of a therapy session than a comedy special. Meaning that the whole time you can definitely tell, and it wasn't hidden, it wasn't trying to be sugar coated. He put it on stage that he still feels some type of way, and fuck all that, he's hurt by it. So that was obvious, and he even said it himself. Like, he hurt me out of all things, and going with the title Selective Outrage, that's a shot at Will because he's saying he has outrage at selective moments. But to keep it short, the whole session for Chris Rock was like therapy for him, and the audience was just there to listen to him vent more than tell jokes. Like, it was one part where he said, anytime I get touched or slapped, I hear "Summertime" ringing in my head. That little piece was funny because it's like, when you think about it, and you like imagine somebody smacking the shit out you and you hear Will Smith, like, that was funny. But like, besides that, it was just a straight attack mode. Like, he was doubling down and attacking not only Will but Jada Pinkett, which is like insane to me because that was the whole point of him smacking you. I didn't agree with Will slapping this motherfucker, but at the end of the day, he was triggered by that, and you chose to double down and talk about her relationships and shit. Like, so that's why it got to a point where I was lost. And you know what I'm saying? And again, trash. If I had to rate it from 1 out of 10, I'd give that shit like a 4. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to be, you know, frank, to keep it a buck, because the shit was just terrible as far as Chris Rock said this. Because again, this is the creator of Everybody Hates Chris, and more importantly, Pootie Tang. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know that Pootie Tang is top 5. So I can never shit and disrespect the man that created Pootie Tang, but at the same time, you gotta call a spade and understand that this material shit is trash. And also, on the other side of things, I'm wondering how Will is going to respond, because Will is a funny motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So if I was Will, I would kind of do a stand-up on this shit and kind of like rebuttal back, but with jokes, because you already slapped the nigga. So it ain't no coming back from that. It ain't no reconciliation. It ain't, but we not gonna be buddies no more. It is what it is. But I would just start joking back, because at this point, it's clear that what Chris Rock is doing and how he's delivering it is very personal and very not funny. So I would just fight fire with fire in terms of just have better jokes. And then you're Will Smith. You're the bigger person out of the two as far as like status and accolades and shit. Like, it is crazy because, even speaking of status and accolades, Chris Rock said something in regards to his latest movie, Emancipation, that Will was on, and saying how he solely watched that just to see him get whipped. To me, that shit was more disrespectful than Will slapping the motherfucker, because you saying that you felt content watching slaves get their ass whooped because Will was in the movie. Like, that shit sounded wild personal. But again, that's why niggas need therapy. And you know what I'm saying? And speaking of specials, in the Will slap situation, Marlon Wayans had a special, and that's on HBO Max. That shit was actually funny. And for most of the special, he spoke on the slap, and he had a better perspective on that, in my humble opinion. Let me say that, because I'm not law, but from what I watched, I laughed at that, and it was an overall better material. But all that being said, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want to dwell on this shit. Niggas been talking about this whole Chris Rock shit for like the past week and a half, you know what I'm saying, if not more than that. And it's also telling that Chris Rock waited not only a year to speak on this and speak his piece, but he waited around the time of the next annual Oscars to air, which comes on this Sunday, to release the special to kind of restore the feeling and bring back the fact that, oh, I got slapped in front of national television, in front of the world. And then me personally speaking, like, we'll keep it a buck. Again, what Will did was some bitch ass shit, because I don't agree with assaulting another man, especially a black man, off words, because the joke was just, the G.I. Jane joke was just whack as shit. So I would have been like, boo. But besides that, you know what I'm saying, like, the nigga, like, did some gangster shit. The nigga won the award, turned around, sat back on his seat, won the biggest award of the night, and continued to celebrate that night off the award. Regardless of what you call it, that shit was gangster. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was wild. So, praying for them brothers. I don't even know why I'm praying, but I already said it, so it's there. Them niggas was gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because they are legends in the game. and they just got to keep it separate. Or if they meet, they got to fucking fight. Because if I'm Chris Rock, we got to fight, bro. If you slap me in front of national television, I'm not mature. I'm not mature enough to hold that. I'm smacking the fuck out you on national television. We just gonna be two black men embarrassing the culture at that point. Because there's just nowhere in the world you can't let that type of shit slide. And then I don't want to hear about what you don't want to do in front of white people. Because as far as I'm concerned, you have no problem disrespecting black women in front of white people. And you have no problem letting white people say the N-word in front of your black ass. So, yeah, so it's on site going forward. And Will Smith is a legend. So is Chris Rock. And we pass that shit, man, because at the end of the day, I'm tired. And it's sad because the last thing I will say on this is going forward is that the new generation and going past that is going to remember these motherfuckers for that incident more than what we know them to be, and that's their accolades. So anyway, man, you know, all that being said, niggas gotta cook, man, because you heard my nigga say, that nigga said, cook, nigga, cook. And I want niggas to know that this season of Snowfall may damn near go down as one of the best seasons in television history. Yes, I'm saying that claim, and yes, I'm standing on it, because at the end of the day, this season 6 of Snowfall is fucking immaculate. This nigga Franklin Saint ain't nothing to fucking play with. He pulls up with a suit looking like the CEO of the Brick, and he ain't fucking playing. You get what I'm saying? And then Leon took his man. Listen, man, this shit is it's shit. You know what I mean? And then we ain't even done with the content because that's on the Snowfall tip. And then you flip it and you got the Black Mafia family, and Meech and them boys is killing it. I mean, like, listen, 50 is bodying this fucking BMF shit. Season 2 of BMF is fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? I want to send my condolences to Monique because she knew what the fuck time it was. And at this point, if you are spoiled, then haha, because you took too fucking long and you should have been watched it. And at this point, so fucking be it. Monique is going. She played with fucking fire. And once you play with fire, you get burnt. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened. Lamar offered their ass. And also, real shit, that's the one thing that I'm like, kind of like, questioning as far as the integrity of the show and the truthful honesty of it, because this nigga Lamar can get cracked in the head, like shot. Anything can happen to Lamar. This motherfucker is indestructible. So like, I mean, she cracked this nigga in the head with the ash urn, bro, and nothing, like, he didn't move at all. He ain't like fall on the floor. He just ate that shit. Like, bro, you know how angry and sadistic you gotta be to eat those type of shit. Listen, man, but the nigga Beach is balling. He's killing that shit. T, the more you watch it, you can see why T was the fucking reason why BMF fucking got indicted, because he just do shit that he thinks he's smarter than everybody, but he end up doing the dumbest shit out of the group. So it's like, you know what I mean, fucking with Markeisha, who was Lala, and I mean, you know, shout out to Lala. She, you know, she fine and all, but you can't act, man. I mean, the acting is terrible. And then for the guys, for my BMF people that seen the last episode, I want to tell y'all now, can y'all see me? Cause Young Miami did the worst acting I ever seen in my fucking life. Like, it was terrible. Like, that whole scene with Young Miami and Beach looked like they was fucking laughing. Like, Beach looked like he was laughing at Miami as she was trying to react to the death of her husband. And my thing is, it was terrible because she didn't even look sad. The nigga just came in your shit and gave you the drop, and you just like holding the chick. Like, that shit was sad, bro. Like, it was just pitiful. Like, the acting was trash. And then all Lala do is fuck niggas. So it's like they just sexualize Lala, and it's just like, to each his own, man, because the acting is terrible. And the only reason why I accept it is because their roles are very minimal. Like, they don't have to do a lot of that role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Lala role is just being being the side chick or the main chick for T, and then Young Miami is the is Ty's girl. So she don't have to act, you know what I'm saying? So it was very genius of 50 to use these faces to bring more attention to the show. But as far as acting and the love of acting and the art of it, it's not working, bro. But BMF is popping, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we just went through Snowfall. And what else? We got Bel Air. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bel Air is out. I mean, listen, we got content. And these are just TV shows, y'all. So, like, with Bel Air, the nigga Will is bugging. You know what I'm saying? We at the point where Will left out because he didn't trust the family. And after he found out about his dad and all that shit. But my whole thing is Will doing all this, you know, vigilante single shit, but you then like fucking with another chick after you broke off with Lisa. It's just weird energy, bro. Like, after you took Lisa from Carton, which is like weird shit. Will not on the good side. He bugging, but you know what I'm saying? Bel Air's popping. Check that shit out on the fuck is that shit on? It ain't on Hulu. It's on motherfucking Peacock, you know what I'm saying? Because that's NBC, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get y'all the information and content so y'all can pull this shit up and watch yourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 legit fucking shows, a.k.a. black shows, that's doing the damn thing. And, of course, that leads because as y'all are watching this, today is actually March 11th, you know what I'm saying? But as y'all are also listening to this and watching this, you know what I'm saying, come March 17th, which is a.k.a. St. Patrick's Day, a.k.a. Tariq St. Patrick's Day, a.k.a. Power Book 2 is out, you know what I'm saying, Season 3, the motherfucking nigga, a.k.a. Little Ghost, is back, a.k.a. all that shit, you know what I'm saying, Power is back. Tariq about to fuck the game up again. I don't know how, but you know what I'm saying? I'm ready for the same power energy. I'm ready for it, man. And at the end of the day, I never seen a nigga hustle so much, make so much fucking money, but never had a fucking car. I just don't get it. I guess when you're in New York, you don't have to worry about, you know, cars and shit like that. But this nigga Tariq always needs a fucking ride. You know what I'm saying? So can't wait for St. Patrick's Day. They should have been dropped their shits on St. Patrick's Day because it makes sense. And now going forward, that's what we celebrate come March 17th or St. Patrick's Day is motherfucking the St. Patrick's. You get what I'm saying? And that's the TV shows on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me because you got other shows that people are watching. People are telling me like Abbott Elementary is out there. That's the shit. You know what I'm saying? You got Your Honor. You know, shout out to my boy Mac. He got Family Business out there, you know what I'm saying? And listen, it's a lot of shit. So y'all check it out. You know, if Tyler Perry, I'm seeing that Tyler Perry is looking into buying BET. Personally, I don't have no feelings towards that because he already owned that shit. If you ask me, his whole fucking content is fucking BET. So you might as well get that nigga the fucking seat and just let him own and take over the whole shit and just make it the Tyler Perry era. Fuck it. And then the main reason why I'm in support is because it's a black man trying to own black entertainment television. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we talk shit about BET, but Bob Johnson sold that motherfucker to Viacom and sat in the island and lived his life. God bless him, but you know what I'm saying? He sold the culture to these white motherfuckers, and now we got to get the shit back. So if Tyler Perry can get it back, then that can be a step forward into restoring the feeling into BET. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could be the nigga that will bring Rap City back. You know what I'm saying? You got to think like that. So shout out to Tyler Perry. I hope we can cop that shit. I just don't want to see no fucking Medeas at no 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? Keep the Martins rolling. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of cut down the baby boy showings and shit and just add more dope content, man. Just bring more young shit in there. Like, Tyler Perry hit me up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can put For the Love on BET Network. I will fuck with that. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But like I said, and then that's really the TV shows, movies. You know what I'm saying? We only on the month of March. But so far, we got juggernauts. They hitting you with bangers. They got motherfucking Ant-Man. We got Cocaine Bear, which is the fucking shit. Cocaine Bear was fire. You had a bear on coke. And to me, that is content that I will want to see every fucking time. No, I don't want to see House Party 7 with LeBron James' house and shit. I want to see a fucking coked out grizzly bear running through the fucking woods, terrorizing shit and being a coked out bear. Like, who don't want to see that? And then the fact that I learned that it was based off a true story made it even more fire. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Cocaine Bear and O'Shea Jackson, because I didn't even know Q's son was in that motherfucker. I was so zoned out that it was a bear on coke. I didn't even give a fuck about the cast. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. You know what I mean? And more recently, this past March 3rd, Creed 3 just dropped with Michael B. Jordan and your boy Jonathan Majors. You know what I'm saying? Major, excuse me. Fucked his last name up. But shout out to them black brothers. I saw Michael B. Jordan say he wanted to be the next Robert De Niro and Al Pacino between those two. I can see them accomplishing that. I don't think it's going to happen because it's just levels. But I can understand what they're saying, and I can see that because so far Jonathan Majors is running this whole fucking year. He's in Creed, he's in Ant-Man, and he has more other shit that's coming. And then Michael B. Jordan is just Michael B. Jordan. His resume is solidified. This nigga was in The Wire, Hardball, he was Killmonger, and this is his first directed movie. And for that to be the case under a Rocky franchise, after you did the other two Creeds and kept the Creed brand alive, you gotta solidify that, man. You gotta salute that man, dog. You know, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. And as far as Michael B. Jordan, I want the world to know, and if he's listening, I doubt it, but if you just so happen to peep this, you're not corny for calling out somebody for their bullshit when you was at your premiere and you gave them the time of the day when you could have ignored them after the high school situation and was honorable and did the interview still. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that's calling him corny for that interaction, y'all are bozos. Because if a motherfucker came to me that we went to high school with and you was clowning me but trying to gain clout and act like we was cool when we wasn't, I'm gonna call that shit out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. So if he's at fault with that, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas are weird. You feel me? But that's as far as like the TV shows, the content, you know what I'm saying? Again, we only in the month of March, and that's all the shit that I'm telling y'all, bro. It is ridiculous. And even later in the year, we still got the other, like the Tommy series. We got the Raisins and Canaan, possibly. We got more shit potentially that's coming at y'all next. But right this second, y'all got a lot of shit to catch up on. If y'all not on it, that's, the Snowfalls, BMFs, Bel Airs, and the other, your honors, the Abbotts, you know what I'm saying? All my TV cats, y'all got any shows that I'm not mentioning, hit me up, tell me like, yo, Lowe's, check this shit out, and I'm gonna tell the people. But check those ones out, because those are the ones, you know what I'm saying? And continuing the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot, man. I've been going. I know I've been going. Niggas was like, yo, what the fuck is that nigga Lowe's been doing? A lot of shit. And, just a lot of life changes, man. Life ain't the same no more, man. Nothing was the same. Shout out to Aubrey. You know what I'm saying? And what else I want to do, man? Because of course, we just getting started. You know what I'm saying? We just went over the Chris Rock special. We did the content pieces with the TV shows and the movies. And we can actually get into, in my opinion, the other most important piece or biggest trending topic within the past couple weeks, and that's Mr. Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? AKA Ja Morant, AKA Ja Wick. You feel me? AKA Mr. $200 million man, if he understands that shit, cause these little niggas and these motherfuckers now is just wild. They don't give a fuck. They get any type of status or clout and just start wilding. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, especially in the black community, like when you get to that pedestal, you have to understand your value and what you really mean to not only your current situation, but your family and etc. Pretty much your current fucking situation. So like, you know, Ja Morant is a NBA player for the Memphis Grizzlies. For the folks that do not know, he wears the number 12, you know what I'm saying? And he is not only an NBA player, but he is the franchise player for the Memphis Grizzlies. He was the number 2 pick in the draft, in the 2021 draft, if I'm not mistaken. Only one behind Zion Williamson for the New Orleans Pelicans. And if you're going on IG Live showing guns, then you must know what the fuck you doing. You have enough sense to understand that what you're doing is very stupidity and very telling. It's like, what are you trying to, do you want to be a ball player, or do you want to be a street nigga? Do you want to be a hood motherfucker, or do you want to be the $200 million man? And for the people who had an issue with him being caught with a gun, saying things like, oh, why is it a problem when black people show the guns and all that? The difference is brandishing the gun on live, like you body, like you doing the look at me with the strap. And first of all, the nigga had the gun from the nigga was shooting in Harlem Nights next to our senior hall that he kept getting mad about. So let's keep it a buck. Like, the shit was like, it still can spot a nigga. A gun is a gun, but the shit was fucking the size of this fucking napkin. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. And two, you are a $200 million max, super max player, bro. The team looks at you. The new generation looks up to Ja Morant. He's like and when I say this, I'm not saying in terms of talent. Matter of fact, I'm saying this shit in terms of talent. He is the new generation's Allen Iverson in terms of influence. The streets and the young cats look up to this kid, man. They do the gritty because of him. Outside of Justin Jefferson in the NFL for the Vikings, but really, Ja Morant was a big figure in popularizing that fucking dance. Like, the kids are doing that shit because of you. The kids are coloring their locks, but like, not saying you the first, but the new kids are seeing Ja Morant and how his style and how he goes about, and they are fucking with that. Just like I categorize them in the same NBA YoungBoy boat, where they just influenced by that whole shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's Ja Morant. He represents the new generation. So for you to be on IG Live brandishing guns and shit is not the thing to do, brother. Like, you are that nigga on the court, and outside the court, you're that nigga, period. So be him. Go on the court and drop 50. Your ops are the Western Conference, nigga, not the fucking streets. Your ops are the Golden State Warriors and the fucking Denver Nuggets, not Tyrone from motherfucking Atlanta and shit. You know what I'm saying? So niggas that's listening to this shit, like, mind your business. Whatever lane you in, stay on that fucking lane. I don't care if you a square nigga. If you a square, be a square. Cause the difference when you a square and we know you a square is that we know. So when you doing some square shit, we look at it like, oh, that's who he is. But when you act this way and then turn around and do some square shit, that's when you are a bozo. You understand? Like, it's just common sense that's apparently not fucking common. You know what I mean? And other than that, man, because the niggas is wildin', you know, shout out to Sean Kemp, because we keeping it funky and keeping it random, man. Shout out to Sean Kemp, man, for thumping at these thievery niggas, man. Like, niggas was shitting on the boy Sean Kemp for shooting guns in the parking lot, but the whole time it was because of self-defense. So people need to understand the full story before they comment on shit and make it seem like he was the aggressor when the whole time he was trying to get his shit back. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sean Kemp and dumping that shit, and hopefully he did get his things back, because niggas are broke and niggas gotta just stop stealing. You know what I mean? Like, at least if you broke, like, try to get some money in terms of a job. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, we here, man. It's been a while. You know, y'all gonna hear me talk my shit, and we probably at the 30-minute mark at this point. You know, and what else we got? Because we went through a lot. We went through the Ja Morant, went through the Chris Rock, bunch of content pieces, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of the ones, you know, it's actually not bad. And I'm trying to yeah, but also because we keeping it in sports, you know what I'm saying? This past weekend was also UFC Fight Night week. You know, the GOAT was in the ring, and the GOAT is no other than John Bones Jones. Shout out to the legend, and I mean the greatest of all time in mixed martial arts. There's nobody in the planet Earth that is better than that man. Nobody. Like, that man went in that ring after 3 years of no combat fighting. Granted, he had sparring sessions and he did training, but he went 3 years with no actual, I would say, reported fights, because I don't know what he did behind the scenes, but 3 years of no fighting, of no contact. And then on top of that, you went up in a weight class. So you went from light heavyweight to heavyweight. So you went through these body changes. You got heavier, meaning that you slowed down. You lost speed. I'm pretty sure you gained power. But all these body changes and et cetera, for you to go in there and within no more than a minute or two, if not a minute and a half, you win in the first round by submission. And you beat Kane, who is one of the prestigious heavyweight fighters or mixed martial artists in the world. Like, he's not no scrub. So you go in there and do that and submit him less than a minute and a half, if not a minute, in the first round. Not only just the win, but the belt. Like, you know how, like, he the greatest. Like, he the fucking greatest. And he the greatest, man. And motherfuckers is saying Stipe, and he'll be a better fight, but I don't see him beating Bones, man. Like, he'll be a challenge, but after that, it's like shit. And then the real fight is him and Francis. Niggas want to see him and Francis fight. I know Francis probably ain't gonna come back to the UFC, but that would be the real heavyweight fight for them to see them two niggas go at it. And then if he was to really beat Francis, then it's like, no fucking question. It's like, yo, he might as well fucking retire. You know what I mean? Because he did every fucking thing. He's really undefeated. The motherfucker got one loss on his record because he technically had a DQ for illegal attack at the time, but he's really undefeated. He never fucking lost. And I say that to say you the fucking GOAT. Like, bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you put your money on him, cha-ching, because you fucking got it. You know what I mean? But that shit is wild, man. Because it's like, just imagine, like, just getting in a ring with a nigga for 3 years absence, and he just submit and tap your ass like it was nothing. Like, he looked comfortable in that fucking ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only observation that was like a downside was that he got slower, but that was obvious because he gained weight. But he looked comfortable in that shit, bro. He had the same stamina, and you damn near can say he could have beat him in a lighter weight. Like, this shit is crazy. But shout out to Bones, man. And what else we got on sports? Because the only thing with sports for real is, you know, NFL is currently on the off season. They need to pay fucking Lamar Jackson. And at the end of the day, I want people to understand that Milos is an avid Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm a diehard Ravens fan. But at the end of the day, y'all niggas are bugging. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm going to keep it all way factuals. These niggas are wilding in Baltimore for not paying this man. It is fucking blasphemous and borderline illegal what they doing right now and not giving this man what he fucking earns. We just watched Derek Carr get $150 million with $100 guaranteed contract, but Lamar can't get close to what Deshaun Watson got, which was a $230 fully guaranteed, and that's all Cleveland Browns' fault. But since they did it and y'all allowed it, guess what? Y'all got to start giving out guaranteed contracts. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't, how y'all gonna cause collision for some shit that was already set and told by the Cleveland Browns? If y'all felt so damn against this shit, y'all would have vetoed the damn contract that Cleveland, if that's possible, because I don't know the behind the scenes rules, but y'all would have fought harder for that deal to not go through than what y'all doing to make sure Lamar don't get what he wants, which is very fucking weird. The moment that the Ravens put a non-exclusive tag on this motherfucker, you got teams that are quarterback needed saying that we're not going to attempt to get Lamar. That immediately tells you that they're not trying to get another guarantee, a fully guaranteed, let me say that, contract in the NFL. Because they would not be saying that shit if it was Josh Allen or if it was Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Like I dared Cincinnati to put a non-exclusive tag on Burrow and then sit there and let other teams say, oh, we good on Burrow. I promise you'll see the rest of the league inquiring about this motherfucker. So it's very racist, it's very collision, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm a big Raven fan again, but I'm also a Lamar Jackson fan, and I hope that he goes wherever that pays him what he deserves. And if it's not the Ravens, so be it. I want him to be the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, but to keep it a buck, he got to get his money. And if Baltimore ain't gonna pay him, somebody's gonna pay that motherfucker. You understand? Like, somebody is going to pay Lamar Jackson what he wants or close to what he wants. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to remember that he's going to get close, if not exactly what he fucking wants and deserves. It's just a matter of time. And I just hope it's the Baltimore Ravens. You get what I'm saying? And that's really on the NFL end, because until then, I'm like really not fucking with the NFL right now as far as like that situation. I'm not fucking with my team. It's hard to even root for y'all niggas because y'all doing bullshit, and it is what it is. And then on the NBA side, you know, you got niggas fighting for seeds. It's about to be playoff season. You know, motherfuckers just stay getting hurt. I'm not gonna lie, these injuries are getting mad annoying, and I say that with respect, because I can only imagine how them niggas feel by getting hurt. They like, damn, but it's like, this shit is getting tiring as a consumer to see them niggas get hurt. I know this shit are freak accidents, but now it's starting to create a conversation of like, what is really going on, bro, to where niggas are just getting hurt by the fly. Like, you can get tapped on the back and you got a fucking torn something or strain this, or like, it's like niggas' bodies are getting weak. I really think niggas ain't training no more, or they doing weightlifting training, but that's it. They not doing team facility trainings, or something's missing to where the art is going, bro, because it's just mad niggas hurt. And I know the athleticism done increase, but it's that plus more shit for KD to get hurt during a warm-up line, bro. Like, what? Now they say he's out for 2 to 3 weeks off a warm-up line, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then the following day, you had a kid or a young cat, I can't even remember his name, but the kid from the Golden State Warriors got injured during the warm-up line. It's like, bro, we can't make this shit up. So now we about to start seeing niggas get hurt before the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, what the fuck is going on, man? But with that being said, I want to see LeBron back in time for the Lakers to do something. I don't got no niggas winning anything. And before y'all even think of anything to say about this, I do not have an NBA team, so I'm a pure fan of this basketball shit. And you know what I'm saying? And we just go see, because as far as the finals, I really still got Boston and Milwaukee. Milwaukee's in the fucking East. I really got Boston and goddamn Phoenix if they can stay healthy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care about Denver. Denver is official, but at the end of the day, we gotta keep it a buck. Jokic is balling, but he's doing Steve Nash numbers. 17, 10, and 12. That's cool, but Russ was doing triple doubles with 30, 40. You know what I'm saying? Russ had a 30, 20, 20 triple double. You know what I mean? So the 17s, 15s, and 12s are cool, but that's Steve Nash numbers. This MVP needs to be Joel Embiid, because to me, in my opinion, he's outperforming Jokic. It's a fact. You know what I mean? And we gonna fucking see. If Jokic ends up the 3-time back-to-back-to-back MVP, that is very telling. Because for him to get that and not a Steph or a Bron or a Kobe or a Shaq, it's just amazing. But that's just how the shit goes. And it's how the shit goes, man. You know, politics, you know, like, hope y'all niggas are doing whatever. And at this, let me see, man, because I don't know. I don't know if I'm about tired of talking to y'all niggas. Y'all probably tired of listening to me at this point. Y'all like, all right, Los, what the fuck you talking about? But I think that's really all. You know, I don't know. But again, before we do check out, because just want to give updates, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the YouTube channel is still out there. It's out in the world. You know, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel for the Love Podcast. And that's for the LUV, by the way. You know what I'm saying? With the Rose. Go on the YouTube channel, support, like, make a comment, subscribe to it. Word of mouth, tell your niggas, and make them niggas tell them niggas that For the Love exists. And then also, y'all go on Super Clothing website, shout out to Pat Super, the good brother, and cop the merch. You know what I'm saying? We got the t-shirts and we got the hoodies. And we brainstorming on some more shit, because niggas is coming to me like, yo, we need some socks. We need, you know, this and that, you know what I'm saying? So we brainstorming, man. We getting, you know what I mean? We getting creative, man, because that's all we got in the 757 is creativity and time. You know what I'm saying? We just got to make the shit happen, you know? And speaking of the 757, because of course, this is always for the love, and we love the 75, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be festival season, and more importantly, it's also daylight savings, you know what I'm saying, on the 12th. So set your clock back, let the sun be up longer, and it's festival season in April. So get ready for the tourists, get ready for the attractions, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Portsmouth pop the casino, so everybody gonna pull up at the casino to throw their money. And I can only imagine that shit when like something in the water come about in mid-April. All them notable motherfuckers gonna probably try to go to the casino after the fact to flip some bread, and that shit just gonna be active. So just get ready for that, man. And niggas that own property, you know, clean your shit out so you can rent it, get your profit, because these niggas are pulling the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first one I went to, which was a classic. Niggas was coming from overseas to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? So get your money fucking right. Get your chicken straight, like Marshawn Lynch said. But, you know, we got the merch. Cop that shit, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, before, again, we check out, always want to thank my supporters and my listeners for your time and for your patience, listening to the good cuz talk forever. And y'all just listen to the God, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Just want to thank y'all for that. And, of course, all my DSP subscribers, you know, that's YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and SoundCloud, man. Y'all niggas are the most dopest motherfuckers in the planet. I even got supporters around the world, man. For the love is overseas, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got merch in Canada. You know what I'm saying? We got listeners in motherfucking Germany. We got listeners in Brussels. We got listeners in Jamaica. We just, you know, we just popping, man. I just want to shout out to y'all. If y'all can see me and y'all can hear me, y'all are the shit overseas, because y'all making my voice be heard in countries that I ain't even touched yet. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Moment of silence for that shit, man. You know what I mean? But besides that, you know, we still coming at y'all next. You know what I'm saying? For the niggas that ask for the visuals, I'm fucking here. I'm here. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You know, but on that note, because that's really, really all I got. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done, you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I said that 1,000 times. Follow the TikTok, follow the social medias. Hit me up privately if you got my number. Then I'm going to just end it at that, because you must know more of me at that point. If you don't, it's okay. You can walk up to me and say, hey, you the For the Love motherfucker. I'm be like, all right, cool. Yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying? What else? You know what I mean? And more importantly, man, mind your fucking business, man. You know what I'm saying? Because minding your business is just a very stress-free life. And I like stress-free. You understand? So on that note, I'm done. I'm burnt out. This is 5-5, man. Y'all take it easy. God bless.